the soju and the midnight thrills. We've traded some punches in a dark alleyway. I left a few scars that are still there today. Yeah, I've locked horns with a grunt from the infantry over some petty grievance that he had with a cav. We've cleared out a bar in a blur of the night. Just a bunch of second ID boys are looking for a fight. But don't you get twisted, don't get on your high horse. Don't get froggy, don't you get brave, thinking we're divided as we stand by the grave. The moment a stranger talks trash on this land, you'll find out real quick just exactly where we stand. From the tankers to the medics, the grease and the pogs. If you insult the Indian head, oh, we're kicking your ass. We're a family of misfits, a brotherhood of steel, and the bond of the DMZ is the only thing real. And we'll spill blood for. We fight in the barracks, we brawl in the street, but we're a wall of defiance that you'll never beat. From the hand to the engine, we're second to none. One heartbeat, one mission, until the day's done. You can talk all your shit, but you better beware, because when the horn blows, we're all gonna be there. It's the patch on the shoulder, the red, white and blue. It's the history of brothers and the blood that was shed. We're the kings of the fence line, the warrior breed that is second to none. If one of us bleeds, we're the only help we need. Up at 0400, boots like blocks of ice, mob gear in the locker, praying for nice. Sergeant reads the roster by the heater's dying glow. Same damn hill, same damn flu, same damn endless snow. The Captus is laughing at my broken Korean tongue. Yankee go home, but here we come, and here we come undone. Through the land of morning calm, with a rifle in my hand, where 53 never ended, just got real good at playing man. Frostbite and flashlights, 40 below, and still we hold the line they drew in 53, the ghosts they never told. Green tabs and cold steel, the second ID stands tall. Between the war that was and one that hasn't come at all. So shine on, shine on, shine on. Freedom's fence so tall. Shine on, till they tear it down, or we take the fall. Bunkers on the 38th, Christmas lights in the wire. A farmer tills his paddies while we feed the dragons fire. The rock beside me, 17, just like I used to be. His grandfather fought at Chosen, now he fights with me. OP Willett to Collier, every knob and every ridge. The army bought the deed to hell, and we patrol the bridge. White horse, Triangulation, names they carved in frozen mud. Same damn hills my father knew, same damn freezing blood. Frostbite and flashlights, 40 below, and still we hold the line they drew in 53, the ghosts they never told. Green tabs and cold steel, the second ID stands tall. Between the war that was and one that hasn't come at all. So shine on, shine on, freedom's fence so tall. Shine on, till they tear it down, or we take the fall. They call us speed bumps, tripwire troops, the ones who die first. But someone has to stare across and take the night nurses as worst. So if you see the DMZ and wonder why we stay, it's 'cause the cold wind's always blowing from the north, and someone has to stand in the way. Frostbite and flashlights, 90 miles of frozen ground. From this patrol in 80-something to when I turned around. Second tour, the 101st KC to Yongsan. The Koreans are my brothers and the army is my clan. So shine on, shine on, freedom's fence so tall. Shine on, shine on, through the bugle and the end of the call. Shine on, till they tear it down, or we take the fall. On February 7th, 1951, Hill 180. The staring into the teeth of a blizzard and a dug-in enemy that didn't know the meaning of quit. Captain Louis Millette looked at his wolfhounds, his grunts and his NCOs, and he saw the frustration of a stalemate. Millette had read an enemy document claiming that Americans were afraid of hand-to-hand combat, that we were soft. He decided right then and there to give them a lesson they'd never live to forget. He didn't call for more air support. He stood up in the frozen mud, pulled that cold steel from his hip, and clicked it onto the lug of his M1. He looked at Easy Company and said, "We're going up that hill. Any man who doesn't want to go, stay here." Not a single man stayed, because when a wolfhound barks, the devil himself gets out of the way. Fix bayonets! Fix bayonets! Division was hungry for a fight, moving through the frozen air in the early morning light. The 27th was howling, the wolfhounds on the prowl against the Chinese fire and the winter's bitter growl. Captain Millette turned around with anger in his eye and fire in his soul. He pointed to the summit where the Red Star banners flew. We ain't wasting lead today, we're doing this by hand. We're gonna drive the cold steel through every commie we find. So charge! of shining red, white, and blue. We're the kings of Hill 180 and we're coming straight for you. Fixed bayonets. He charged into the tracers with the rifle in his grip, a roar of pure defiance on his bloody frozen lip. They scrambled up the ridgeline through the mortar and the lead, leaving nothing but the silence and the rows of broken dead. No victim in the 7th, no sorrow in the soul, just a bunch of grunts and NCOs taking back control. They cleared out every bunker with a thrust and with a scream, the absolute embodiment of a red, white, and blue dream. So charge, you wolfhounds, and let the bastards know there's nowhere on this peninsula that a 7th man won't go. With a middle finger to the commies lifted and a blade of shining red, white, and blue. We're the kings of Hill 180 and we're coming straight for you. They said it couldn't be done. They said the age of the blade was over. But on that hill, in the freezing mud, the wolfhounds showed them, Americans, don't back down! Or the soldier! When the smoke had finally settled and the hill was firmly won, Millet stood atop the crest beneath the morning sun. 50 dead lay in the dirt, all taken by the steel. The power of the wolfhounds is the only thing that squeals. So remember Hill 180 when the winter starts to bite, and remember how the 7th won the legendary fight. The last bayonet charge. Easy company. 27th wolfhounds. 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 Climbing the ridge where the ghosts come to play, above the silent valley in the mist of the gray. The thermals humming a low-frequency tune, painting green shadows under a dead man's moon. The oak LP is a concrete grave, holding the secrets that the 53 gave. One hand on the handset, one on the steel, waiting for something that's jagged and real. Oh, the wire is humming with a message of war, where the eyes on the mountain, the lock on the door. Between the morning calm and the coming storm, we keep the night cold and the barrel shroud warm, scanning the zero line, praying for sight, the loneliest miles in the heart of the night. Propaganda speakers are screaming from the north, while the Catusas and Cav scouts start pacing back and forth. I see a flicker in the tree line, a kilometer out. Is it a deer in the brush or a north side scout? Check the sectors, call the grid to the rear. The only But Red 4 is ready, and the line is held fast, building a future on a graveyard past. Oh, the wire is humming with a message of war, where the eye's on the mountain, the lock on the door. Between the morning calm and the coming storm, we keep the night cold and the barrel's shroud warm, scanning the zero line, praying for sight, the loneliest miles in the heart of the night. OP Wallet. This is Red 4. Situation remains unchanged. We see them, they see us, and nobody's blinking tonight. It was 0300, the motor pool froze, with a Korean winter biting my nose. The first sergeant screaming, the vehicles are dead, and a terrible hangover pounding is splitting my head. They called an alert in the dead of the night, but I slipped past the motor pool gate out of sight. I walked through the alleys, through freezing black rain, looking to outrun the mean green machine pain. They say halfway to hell is a cavalry tavern, where the beer is all cold and the boots are never damp. I turned down a side street and saw cross sabers, neon glow, and heard a loud fiddle just rose in the booth. Kick the door in! Welcome to Garry Owen's Fiddler's Green, the finest damn tavern that the cavalry's ever seen, where the soldier flows like rivers and the MPs never call, and there ain't a single officer allowed inside the hall, where every single short-timer is hiding from the brass. Raise a glass to the cavalry, the loud and the mean, down in the neon glow, a Fiddler's Green. I walked through the smoke and I looked at the crowd. Every shaman young private was laughing out loud. No formations to stand in, no rifles to clean, and no quartermaster to make a man mean. The jukebox was blasting a Garry Owen track, and nobody cared when we're ever going back. A phantom bartender with a Stetson on his head poured me a whiskey, and this is what he said: you can't bring a clipboard, you can't bring a rank, your money's no good, put your coins in the bank. If you ride with the troop and you carry the weight, then grab you a stool, son, and lock up the gate. Lock him out! Welcome to Garry Owen's Fiddler's Green, the finest damn tavern that the cavalry's ever seen, where the soldier flows like rivers and the MPs never call, and there ain't a single officer allowed inside the hall, where every single short-timer is hiding from the brass. Raise a glass to the cavalry, the loud and the mean, down in the neon glow, a Fiddler's Green. Infantry's marching and freezing their toes, and the artillery's deaf from the noise and the blows. But the cavalry trooper, when his final duty's done, finds a stool by the fire right out of the sun. So if I go missing at the morning formation, just know I've transferred to a better duty station. Welcome to Garry Owen's Fiddler screen, the finest damn tavern that the cavalry's ever seen, where the soldier flows like rivers and the MPs never call, and there ain't a single officer allowed inside the hall, where every single short-timer is hiding from the brass. Raise a glass to the cavalry, the loud and the mean, down in the neon glow of Fiddler's green. Yeah, halfway to hell, on the Munson Road, where the troopers drop the heavy load. I ain't going back to the motor pool freeze. I'm staying right here, boys. Pass the keys. Hey. 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 Right! In the year of 66, the silence turned to lead along the MDL, where the living watch the dead. No banners flying high this time, no armies in the field, just 1,000 miles of wire where the wicked never yield. Hey! We patrolled the Umjin River in the shadow of the night, chasing shadows in the scrub brush, waiting for the light. From the raid on the Blue House to the seizure of the ship, every man among us kept a tight and steady grip. They one came for the Blue House door, they won't be coming back no more. Pueblo's gone to the Wonsen Bay, we're standing watch both night and day, through the brush and through the wire, baptized in the DMZ fire. Oh, it's the war that never ended, it's the fire in the rain. We're standing in the dead zone where the ghosts of heroes playing. From the bunkers to the wire, through the ambush and the mine, we're holding back the thunder on the 38th line. Play, bayonets! Hold the line! They thought the world wasn't looking, thought we'd look away, but we paid the price in blood for every inch of clay. From the 68 winter to the spring of 69, we were the wall of iron on the edge of the divine. Hey! The wire's still a-whistling, the clocks are ticking on, still waiting for the shattered peace to meet the coming dawn. If you have to use the trash cans, do not let them get the gear. The brass said this was a milk run, but we're sitting ducks out here, and nobody is coming for us. If we're going into the dark today, boys, we go with our heads up. Make them bleed for every inch of this deck, and leave them nothing but ashes. Light it up! Sasebo into the bitter cold, with a ship made out of target practice, rusty, slow and old. They said it was a quiet job to listen in the night, but they left us in the crosshairs with nothing for a fight. With the MiGs up in the skyline and the cannons on the sea, we were burning every secret for the land of liberty. Yeah, they hit us in the freezing wind and poured it through the smoke. Freezing ocean wave, but a sailor's got his honor from the cradle to the grave. We were outgunned and surrounded on the dying of the tide, but we never broke our spirit and we never lost our pride. They dragged us into com gang to break us in the cell. 11 months of starving in a communist hell. They beat us black and blue to make us bow before the state, but they couldn't crush the iron of the Jäger 2's fate. They want a picture for the press. We'll give them 1, 2, guess. Flash the Hawaiian good luck sign right across the commie line. Stand fast! The ship but couldn't take the courage of the crew. We smiled for their cameras while we flipped them number 2. You can keep the rusty iron, you can park it by the shore, but the ghost of the Pueblo will haunt you evermore. Oh, the brass left us hanging on the freezing ocean wave, but a sailor's got his honor from the cradle to the grave. We were outgunned and surrounded on the dying of the tide, but we never broke our spirit and we never lost our pride. Hey! Yeah, they left us in the cold, but we never broke our pride. Look at those hills, the brass calls them objectives. We call them home for the night. Those reds up there think the darkness belongs to them. They think the cold will break us. They haven't met a ranger. We don't just hold the line, we take it. Check your sectors. Trust the man to your left and your right. If you're here, it's because you earned it, and you're the only ones I trust in this hell. Let's show them how the 8th Army does it! Lead the way! Right. From the Puzan Rim to the northern snow, wherever the orders told us to go, in the dead of the night, through the paddy and mud, we signed every hill in Ranger blood, with a rucksack at your bayonet, steady your hand. Oh, Rangers lead the way through the fire of the night to the judgment day, across the Han and up the steep. We've got a promise that we mean to keep, for the black and gold and the brothers true. There's nothing that a ranger cannot do. We raided the bunkers, we shattered the line, we traded our youth for pennies and time. You won't find a coward in the ranger bat. We leave the dirt bags where they're at. Midnight mission, deep in the hills. Rangers moving for the kills. From the 8th to the 1st we stand alone, carving our name in the mountain stone. Rangers, lead the way! The red tide's rising, pouring down the slope, but they're running out of luck and they're running out of hope. You can keep your great leap, keep your red star bright, but you're dying in the shadow of a ranger tonight. We'll drive them back to the Yalu shore, and they won't be coming round no more. Oh, Rangers lead the way through the fire of the night to the judgment day, across the Han and up the steep. We got a promise that we mean to keep. Yeah, we held the Han and we led the way. Texas with a golden band of silk tied up inside her ginger hair, a beauty white as milk. The townies ask her why she keeps that color on her head. She tells them it's for cavalry until the day she's dead. Until she's dead, she's waiting for a horseman who is stationed far away. Far away. She's waiting for a trooper who is far, far away. From the ribbons to the lace, she's got yellow in its place. She wears it for the cavalry who's fighting in the gray. They asked her why she wears a yellow corset laced up tight, pushing up her assets for the whole damn bar's delight. She laughed and took a whiskey, said it's for the boys in green, to keep them at attention, if you know just what I mean. Front and center, she laced it for a trooper who is stationed far away. Far away, far away. She's waiting for a trooper who is far, far away. From the ribbons to the lace, she's got yellow in its place. She wears it for the cavalry who's fighting in the gray. She's got a pair of yellow knickers and a garter on her knee, flashing like a beacon for her trooper's eyes to see. The local boys will buy her drinks, but she won't let him play, cause those yellow lace unmentionables drop for Cap today. Drop them down! She wore them for a trooper who was far pulled those yellow stockings up upon her holy thighs, enough to make a preacher man completely lose his eyes. And if you went and asked her why she's dressed up for the show, she'd say a mounted horseman is the only ride she'll know. So raise a glass of soju and drink to what is waiting, 'cause the boys are coming home to do some serious celebrating. Far away, hey, hey, she's waiting for a trooper who is far, far away. From the ribbons to the lace, she's got yellow in its place. She wears it for the cavalry who's fighting in the gray. Yeah, she wore it for the troop, she dropped it for the cab, and she gave us all the best damn night we ever had. Garry Owen to the bed. Yeah, Garry Owen to the bed. Listen up, I know you're tired, I know you're freezing, and I know every inch of that valley out there wants to swallow you whole. But the commie lily yellow cowardly bastards are counting on us getting sloppy, watching the wire, hoping we blink. We don't blink, we are the wall, we are the wolves in this valley. And today we remind them exactly whose yard they're looking at. Watch your spacing, watch your sectors, and watch out for the man next to you. Lock and load, brothers, let's go haunt the engine. For fame, just a patch upon the shoulder and a number for a name. We were walking through the shadows where the river cuts the stone, in the freezing Korean winter, 5,000 miles from home. With a loaded magazine and a flak vest full of sweat, we're the ghosts upon the border that the devil hasn't met. Keep your eyes upon the wire, keep your finger on the steel. Raise a glass to the engine scouts, hear the pipers play. We're walking in the dead zone at the dying of the day. Through the ambush and the river mud, through the darkness and the doubt, here's a heavy-handed hail to the brothers on the route. It was search and destroy in the valley of the blind, leaving nothing but our footprints and the shattered piece behind. With the triplets burning blinding weight across the MDL, just another midnight patrol on the borderline of hell. With a loaded magazine and a flak that's full of sweat, we're the ghosts upon the border that the devil hasn't met. Keep your eyes upon the wire, keep your finger on the steel. Raise a glass to the engine scouts, hear the pipers play. We're walking in the dead zone at the dying of the day. Through the ambush and the river mud, through the darkness and the doubt, here's a heavy-handed hail to the brothers on the route. We watched the reds across the wire, staring through the gloom. We were waiting for the bastards with the rhythm of the doom. You can keep your little red book, keep your chains and lies, 'cause an engine scout is coming with the thunder in his eyes. We broke him on the hillsides, we broke him in the rain. We sent him back to Pyongyang, screaming in their pain. Screaming in their pain. Hey. in, and we never faded out. The autumn wind was biting cold in 1951. We stared up at the bloody ridge and waited for the sun. They told us it'd be over soon, just take the rugged crest. But 1,000 boys lay sleeping with a bullet in their chest. So tighten up your bootlaces and fix your bayonet. The piper's playing softly, but we're not done fighting yet. The artillery is pounding and the sky is turning red. Ho, haul away to Heartbreak Ridge we go, where the mortar shells are falling in the valley down below. For the brothers that we lost and the blood we left behind, it's a bitter cup we're drinking on the ridge that broke our minds. Why? A month of hell and shattered dirt, of climbing up the steep. We fought them in the bunkers where the mud was ankle deep, with an M1 Garand heavy and a ration tin scrape bare. You could hear the banshee wailing in the smoke-filled mountain air. Ho, haul away to Heartbreak Ridge we go, where the mortar shells are falling in the valley down below. For the brothers that we lost and the blood we left behind, it's a bitter cup we're drinking on the ridge that broke our minds. The human wave came crashing down against the razor wire. We met those commie bastards with a hail of lead and fire. It was hand to hand in the bloody mud with bayonet and trunch. We sent him to the devil in the cord I ate and the stench. The autumn wind is quiet now, the rifles put away, but I still hear the thunder of the guns of yesterday. I raise a glass to Heartbreak Ridge and the boys I never knew. The North came through once, now the North wants round two. Same hard grin, same hell to do, with the devil's grin on the faces of the second ID. Old blood, new blood, second ID. American and rock pride. No one gets to say they didn't ride or was left behind. Hear that cheer roll through the hall. Tables shake when the drum beats call. Hands up high and testify. Let the walls all ring with second ID pride. When the moment comes, we charge to the north. Round two, what you gonna do? Round two, second ID coming through. America chewed the last piece clean, so we kick down hard with the mean machine. Round two, say it loud, say it true. Mugs in the air, sweat on the sleeve, every eye in the bar believes. Thunder charging into the north, take no prisoners, give them a what for. Same iron spine, same vows made. They want us quiet, they don't know us yet. We show up grinning, never once forget. If the day goes south, if the line goes red, then we charge north. We move like a storm with a sober head. Hear that cheer roll through the hall. Tables shake when the drum beats cold. Hands up high and testify. Let the walls all ring with second ID pride. When the moment comes, we charge to the north. Round two, what you gonna do? Round two, second ID coming through. America chewed the last piece clean, so we kick down hard with the mean machine. Round two, say it loud, say it true. Our truth carved on every face. Ain't here to bow, ain't here to blink. We raise our mugs, then take the brink. For the flag, for the line, for the ones who stood. For the battered bright, red, white, good. If they ask who's next, let the answer run. We're built for the hard road, everyone. Round two, what you gonna do? Round two, second ID coming through. America chewed the last piece clean, so we kick down hard with the mean machine. Round two, say it loud, say it true. Yeah. Raise it up, let the rafters shake. Second ID, make the whole place wake. Round two, we're coming through. August rain in the hay and basin, bleeding in the mud. 51 was a bitter year, painted in our blood. looking up at the razor ridges, staring at the sky, where the bunkers dug into the rock are waiting up on high. We got the word from the valley floor to take the devil's crown, and we ain't stopping the bloody march until we tear it down into the punch bowl, down in the crater's hell, where the only light in the dead of night is the flash of the howitzer shell. Hold the line on Yoke Ridge, send the fire for effect. We're paying the toll in the devil's bowl with the lives that we collect. Yeah, the guns are ringing out tonight. The 1st Marines and the infantry kicking through the wire, while the arty boys in the rear are laying down the fire, screaming shells overhead, shaking up the dirt, trying to break the can-move-on line and make the bastards hurt. We fight for the man to the left and right, through the cordite and the haze, counting the yards by the fallen boys in the middle of the maze. Into the punch bowl, down in the crater's hell, where the only light in the dead of night is the flash of the howitzer shell. Hold the line on Yoke Ridge, send the fire for effect. We're paying the toll in the devil's bowl with the lives that we collect. Yeah, the guns are ringing out tonight. Adjust sights, drop 50, fire! We're paying the toll in the devil's bowl with the lives that we collect. King of battle! King of battle! Take the ridge! Take the ridge! The frozen line, frost on the steel and a chill up the spine. Standing the watch where the parallel cuts, with mud on our boots and fire in our guts. We're the kings of the battle, the lords of the sound. When we drop the hammer, we shake the damn ground. So raise up a glass to the boys of the gun, from the cold DMZ to the setting sun. When the howitzers roar and the bagpipes cry, with the thunder that shatters the Korean sky. Yeah, the arty boys hold the line tonight. Looking waiting the word for the cannons to blow. No quarter given, no stepping aside, just artillery thunder and infantry pride. So raise up a glass to the boys of the gun, from the cold DMZ to the setting sun, when the howitzers roar and the bagpipes cry, with a thunder that shatters the Korean sky. Yeah, the RT boys hold the line tonight. Load! Fire! Cry with a thunder that shatters the Korean sky. We hold the line, king of battle, king of battle. Torrentials of the Great War's night, to the stars of the Indian head burning so bright. We were first through the wire when the Kaiser's line broke, with a soul full of fire and a heart made of oak, building a bridge from the first to the last. Then the world went to hell on the shores of the Red, while the lightning of 8th Army rained on their head. At Heartbreak and Pork Chop we dug in our heels, ignoring the hunger and how the cold feels. A rogue breed of brothers, a lively old crew, spilling our blood for the red, white and blue. Second to none, raise the pipes to the sky. We're the kings of the penicillin, we never say die. From the hand to the engine, the Garry Owen pride, with a soulful defiance and the cav by our side. We'll brawl in the barracks, we'll brawl in the street, but we're one wall of steel that you'll never beat. Now we're back on the wire where the neon is green, the toughest damn misfits that you've ever seen, driving Bradleys through slush while the Northmen all stare. If they want a big dance, then we'll meet them right there, with the Cummins a rumbling, a mechanical roar, the second night he's knocking at the devil's front door. Who are we? Platoon to none, from KC to Hovey. Platoon to none, for the brothers we lost. Platoon to none. Platoon to none. Hey! The soju and let the pipes scream for the warrior breed and the Indian head dream. Lively and soulful, we'll sing till we're dead. with the patch of the giants, the black and the red.